to learn how to use AI power tools to transform your learning. So I am the founder of the D-Brainacs tutorial group, and this webinar is organized in partnership with the CourseMate platform. So we have the representative from CourseMate here. I have the person of Timileyin Bangboshe. I have the person of Afuye Miracle, Esther, and Ajose Joshua. So before we progress into this course of today, I would like to introduce the tutorial platform to everyone, because I'm sure we have visitors here as well, and also have some of our student members here. Yeah, so the D-Brainacs tutorial group is an indigenous tutorial platform that has been existing since 2021. We render tutorial services to 100 level, 2, 3, and 4 level students, particularly students studying management science courses, accounting, economics, business administration, what have you in management sciences, majorly calculation courses, and even economics. Our tutorial center is located at Ibad Junction. It's very safe and secure, conducive environment. Yeah, you can ask your colleagues that have been with us over the years. And yeah, I will also need to acknowledge the presence of the Noah Salasu president, Department of Accounting president, and person of Abdul Waris. We appreciate your presence. Yeah, he's also one of our student members. So we are happy and glad to have you here as well. So not to waste much of our time, we'll go straight into today's discourse. So we have the representative from MyCoursemate, where they introduce us to the value that the MyCoursemate application is going to give to every one of us. Trust me, when I say value, this particular platform gives more than what you are expecting. This is where AI is infused in learning to make your learning so seamless and easy. So we'll crave your indulgence and crave your attention in today's webinar so as to understand how well you can best utilize this platform to achieve your academic excellence. So you are welcome once again. Welcome to this program, and we start already. Mr. Timileyin Bangboshe, you have the floor.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, I think Scholar Ibis has said it also. I will just call our representative to start the presentation right away. So, Miracle, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you very, very much, sir. Please, everyone, kindly confirm you can hear me by popping up an emoji. Please confirm you can hear me. I'm expecting to see multiple emojis flying. So confirm you. Okay, that's very good. So good evening, everybody. My name is Afuye Miracle, and I'm speaking as the representative of MyCoursemate for this webinar. I would like to say a very big thank you to Scholar Idris for hosting us and giving us the privilege to share our platform with everybody gathered there. So thank you very much. I sincerely appreciate the privilege, sir. Okay, so going directly into what we are here for. I've been a student before. Pretty much every one of us on this platform, we are students. And for those of us, probably like Scholar Idris and the likes that are not students, we've been in that position of being students. And we know how tedious it can be. And in the experience of, studying. We had mentioned on Workers' Day, we had mentioned on Workers' Day that students are even supposed to be celebrated because the student also itself is a work on its own, a major also. I can even compare to some 9 to 5 job, waking up early in the morning, going for lectures, going for classes, coming back home to study, And I want to use this opportunity to celebrate the labors of every student out there that are really putting in their effort to make sure that they achieve greater results and better results. So, like I was saying, we understand the hustle of the students and we understand how tedious, studying can be. You can happen upon a situation where the lecturer can just come to class and then give you 100-page material to go and study. And then, they are the lecturers, and then you have nothing to say about it. You just have to make do with it and then still study those materials. Still, with some of us even have to wake up in the midnight to, ensure that we read and just to pass our exams and things like that. So really, it is a hustle and a struggle on its own. And most of the time, we find out that even after all of this effort, it seems as if everything we are putting in is not yielding major results like that. And I've come to realize that, and I think most of the scholars will agree with me, that there's a difference between studying hard and studying smart. There's a difference between studying hard and studying smart. Take note of that. Now, most students study hard. And studying hard is just about the time. It's about the time spent. So you will hear a student come and say, in a week, I read 5 hours in a week. I read 10 hours in a week. I read 2 hours per day. That is studying hard. Studying hard is not about the hours. So studying hard is about the hours you spend in studying. So then when you now begin to take a deep dive, a deep look at the things you do within those hours that you spend in studying, this is when we know if you are studying smart or not. Now, for some people, they study hard, not smart. You find out that they spend a long period of time. Within that long period of time, there is nothing major that they retain in their mind. Why some people spend lesser period of time, but because of how smart they study, because of the various techniques that they use to study, because of the various techniques they use in studying, you find out that they achieve better results for people that study longer periods. Now, it is this problem that students face, this problem that students face, that is the reason why we came up with this platform, MyCoursemate. And today we are going to be demoing the platform for you to see some of the features and some of the things you can do on the platform. And then you would find out that it's a wonderful platform that will help you to study smarter. It's a wonderful platform that will help you to double your results in reading. It will help you to maximize your time, help you to maximize every single effort you put in reading, and you will achieve better results. So what is MyCoursemate? As you can see on your screen, please confirm you can see the dashboard of MyCoursemate. I would want you to do that with an emoji also. I want to know if we can all see the dashboard on the screen. Okay, thank you very much. This is MyCoursemate. This is an educational platform that enables students to study smarter and achieve better results through the use of artificial intelligence. So basically, we have various artificial intelligence tools that help students study faster. And not just students, practically anybody that is preparing for a test, preparing for an engagement that will require an external review. MyCoursemate platform enables them to study smarter, enables them to go through all of these processes smarter with our tools. And very quickly, we are going to be taking you through the tools that we have currently. And we are also going to be showing you practically how you can access these tools absolutely for free. Absolutely for free. Now, first and foremost, one thing I would like to emphasize on is that you should not be overly worried that you are seeing an interface of a laptop or an interface of a desktop, a widescreen interface on this particular presentation. This is basically something that can be accessed whether you are using your phone or you are using your laptop or you are using your PC. Scanning, you can access it everywhere you are on any of your devices, as long as you have an active internet connection. And to access this platform, all you need to do is to visit www.mycoursemate.com. That's all you need to do, to visit www.mycoursemate.com. Now, I'm going to talk briefly on the tools that we have active on the platform currently, and I might some of the tools we are developing at the moment, and then we'll go into the practical demonstration so that people can begin to sign up and use it. People can begin to sign up and begin to study smart and use the platform. Now, our first major tool that we have, okay, so the link to the platform has been dropped on the chat of this particular meeting. So you can copy it from there, and you can even go ahead to the website to just try to practice with us and follow what we are doing. See, the first major tool is we understand that there are some instances where lecturers and tutors can drop PDF materials, study materials for you to study your course. We understand that most of the time, reading through these materials, especially if they are lengthy ones, can be a little bit challenging, we especially when we have to go over it again and again to try to remember those things that are on the platform, on the material, on the PDF rather. So our first tool is a tool that allows you to easily convert your PDF materials, your study materials, be it PDF, Word document. It allows you to easily convert it to multiple choice questions, practice questions that you can easily use to practice. So let's assume I'm doing a course, let's say BOS 101. BOS 101 is the course I'm doing, and a lecturer just sent me a 50-page PDF, and I want to study this PDF. I want to go through it. I want to peruse it, and I've even done a brief glance on the PDF, and I want to just see if I've managed to retain the items in the PDF, if I've managed to retain the content in the PDF in my head. I want to just see if I've learned everything in the PDF. I go to MyCoursemate.com and use our tool to convert that particular PDF to multiple choice questions. And after you convert it to multiple choice questions, you can even simulate yourself in an examination hall. What I mean by simulate yourself in an examination hall is that you will answer the question just as if you are answering a CBT-based test. Answering a CBT-based test, you can see some hands up. There will be time for question and answer shortly. So please just reserve your question and answer to that particular period. Thank you very much. So you can simulate as if you are writing an examination, an actual examination. Now, our second tool allows you to convert your same study material to flashcards to revise with. And these flashcards are cards that basically have the answers, the back of those cards, the question at the front, the back, the answers at the back. And it's easy for revision. You can revise with it, have fun with your friends with it. So very quickly, I want to just take us into the platform so it will not just be author. I want you to confirm once again, you can see my screen as we begin to dive into what the platform does. And you know our method of confirming, just send in your emojis, so I can see that you can see the screen so we can proceed to the demonstration. So if you go to www.mycoursemate.com, what you are seeing here is the dashboard that you will see first. That's the dashboard. And basically you can sign up, you can get started. Once you click the get started button, it will basically take you to the sign up page, and you can easily sign up either as a learner or as an organization. But since they are all students here, we want you to sign up as a learner. You're signing up as a learner, you're a learner, then you proceed, you fill in the document, you insert your first name, your last name, you insert your email address, your password, and then you confirm your password, and basically you create your account. So in the form, automatically you are signed up. And there is also the option, like almost every other platform that you would see, you can also sign in and continue with your Google account. And once you do that, you would have been done with the sign up. Now, if you click to proceed with your Google account, you can easily sign up with your Google account. And then automatically you have access to the dashboard. So this is the way the dashboard looks like. And with this particular dashboard, Don't bother about the way you are seeing it on the system. If you are on your phone, for those of us that are probably practicing as this meeting is going on, you can also take your time to do it eventually. For some of us that are still practicing, we would see that this particular dashboard is exactly the same even on your phone. It's appearing exactly the same way even on your phone. So you are not restricted whether you are using your laptop, whether you are using your phone. Where you are, you can access this particular dashboard. Now, you can see by the right-hand side, AI assistant, and you can see the tools that we have there. Now, you can see a tool that is written, that the text written on it is AI generate practice questions. AI generate practice questions. Once you click on that particular tool, you will see the pop-up straight up, it appears, and it asks you, question generator, upload your study document. So the first thing you do is to upload your study material. Now you can see from the text that you can upload PDF, you can upload Word documents, you can upload PPTX, you can upload text documents, you can even upload images on this particular platform. So just go ahead to upload your documents, and after you upload your documents, so we're going to pick a document now. A document has been selected. The document is uploading. You enter the course title, and once you insert your course title, you can also you also select the questions that you want. How many questions do you want to generate? How many questions do you want to generate? Now, you would remember that I was talking about multiple choice questions and flashcards. So this is where you decide if you want multiple choice questions or you want flashcards. So we are still going to demonstrate both of them, but let's start with the multiple choice questions first, and then we will now go ahead to the flashcards so you can see how wonderful this our tool is. So please use select the multiple choice question, then you click on generate questions, and you will see AI is thinking. And this does not really take much time. It takes little time. You can select from 20 questions to about 100 questions. And then after the AI has finished generating the question, it will ask you to select the duration of time you want to spend. So how long do you want to spend in this exam? Let's assume we selected 40 questions like we selected here. How many minutes do we want to use to practice this particular test? You know, for some of us that we have our lecturers giving us some certain materials, and you know that at the beginning of the semester, the lecturer is giving you this material. And you know that every question that you are going to have this semester is going to come out from this material, and is now a CBT test again, a CBT exam again. MyCoursemate is what you need. You don't need to go upload it. Questions, ask your seniors, how many questions do they have? They will tell you maybe 100 questions, 100 questions, generate 100 questions, and come here. Then, how many minutes does the exam usually take? Because I'm just trying to simulate the exam process. You know, simulate to test yourself and see how well you can perform. So it takes 20 minutes, it takes 30 minutes. So we've selected 30 minutes, and then you can enable supervision. What I mean by enable supervision is that if supervision is enabled, you will find out that you will see your camera active. Your camera will be active in case you are trying to cheat. So this particular platform can prevent you from cheating if you enable supervision. And if you disable supervision, because you can disable supervision also, you can toggle it on and off. If you disable the supervision, you will find out that you will not have that restriction. So immediately you do that, you can begin your test. Now, this supervision is enabled, it has given up the pop-up, you can agree and you will start the exam. If you click agree and start exam, you have the interface showing this. If you are on your phone, also, it's extremely similar. If you're on your phone, it is extremely similar. So basically, you can ask the question, what is one example of a vector that transmits diseases to humans? Option A, lion, mosquito, tree. Oh. Select your answers, then click on next. Select your answers, then click on next. Then you continue like that. You continue to answer your questions like that. And you will find out that when you get to the last question, you can submit. Now, you can see on the bottom that you have the camera monitoring. You can see on the bottom that you have the camera monitoring. And it's just to check if you are trying to cheat or not, because supervision is enabled. But if supervision is not enabled, you will find out that the camera would not be monitoring you. So let's proceed to submit. Let's proceed to submit. Immediately you submit. Immediately you submit. Okay, so you are submitting. When you submit automatically, it gives you your score. It gives you your score automatically, and you can even check performance overview. You can check to see the answers. You can check, you can basically review yourself to check the correct answers and the wrong answers, to check compared to the ones that you picked. I want you to just send in an emoji if you are following me, so I would know that I'm not speaking to myself. I want to know if you are following and if we are excited about the platform already. Okay, thank you. I can see those emojis coming in. Thank you very much. Okay. I had said that we have majorly two what's it called now? You can also generate flashcards. I said you can also generate flashcards. And okay, thank you very much for those emojis. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So of us that have friends that this particular webinar may benefit, you can still send out the links to them so they can join. Many of us that have friends that benefit, please send out these links to them so they can join and benefit and be part of it. Okay,
Sorry,
so you can check.
So I think people are trying to join. You grant them access also, please.
Okay, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I'm doing that already. I'm doing that already. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm granting access already. Okay, so let's proceed. Aside from what's it called now? Aside from the multiple choice questions, we have another tool that enables you to generate flashcards. But before we go into that, I would want to mention that once you use this MyCoursemate platform tool, you will find out that on your dashboard you have an analysis of your exams and tests so far. If you did an efficient analysis of your tests so far, the tests you've done, your improvements, your efficiency, it will show you the things you've done so far. And you can leverage on this statistical tools analysis to see how well you are improving yourself. And then most of the PDFs, now you can see the learning analysis, the exams attempted, the overall performance, so the lessons covered, and as you use it, it begins to give you those analysis, and you can improve yourself with those analysis. See how well you are improving, see how well you are, falling behind. So it's actually a wonderful platform. To quickly go to the second tool, which is the use of flashcards. This is also another amazing and wonderful tool you can use to study. You can use to study with your friends. And when that situation comes where you've been studying a material for a long period of time, and then you want to just revise and ask yourself questions, theory answers, theory questions, and yourself those questions and also answer and see if they are correct with the answer. But you don't want to be asking yourself, you want to randomize it. You can use this flashcard tools also. So if you are with your friend, you need to play a study game, a learning game, just rehearse and practice to see if you are retaining what is read so far. Give two and come in. And you would also notice from your dashboard that you can even upload more than one material. You can upload more than one material. That's how wonderful this platform is. You can upload more than one material. So just like when you want to generate your multi-choice questions, you do your PDF, enter the course title, and select the amount of questions you have. And this time around, select flashcards. Here is thinking, and you will find out that it generates it almost instantaneously. It does not take time. You can see that it's preparing the flashcards already. And once the flashcard is prepared, it automatically appears on your screen. Now, the interface is extremely user-friendly. Even without a demonstration, if you go to the platform, you can easily navigate around it. You can see the flashcards. This is the way the flashcard looks. You can see the flashcard. The first question is, how do British luxury fashion brands mitigate the impact of plenty to protectionist retail barriers? That's the question. And you can now think about the answer. Once you think about the answer, or maybe you are playing it as a game, your friend says the answer, you can flip to see the answers. And you can flip to see the answers. Once you flip it, you see the answers. So you flip back to questions. And we have an amazing tool that will give you an hint. Let's assume that you saw the question and you forgot him. You know, we know the stress in reading. Sometimes your brain actually recall. You might not necessarily recall immediately. We have that hint feature. Once you click on that hint feature, it brings out a hint for you. And once you read the hint, the answer pops up. The answer pops up. You can also have the feature that can even read the audio for you. It can read the what's it called, the questions for you. You can see that my speaker icon. That speaker icon at that side beside the hint icon. It reads it for you. It reads it for you. It reads the audio for you. And once you are done with that question, you can easily go to the next questions. Go to the next flashcards. Go to the next flashcards. To the next flashcards. You can even check where the questions are coming from the view source. From the view source, you can check where the questions are coming from the view source. From the view source. And you can see that it's really an amazing tool. An amazing tool. Very, very amazing. So amazing tool. You can check next. You can use this to rehearse. Use it for practice with friends. I can see those emojis coming up. I think it's a level of the excitement for this platform. If you are really, really excited as to how this platform can change the game of you studying and change the game of your studying process, I just want you to just keep the emojis coming in. You can see those emojis. You can see those emojis coming in. For those of us that are raising our hands to ask questions, there will be opportunities to take questions shortly. There will be opportunities to take questions shortly. Just let us finish the demonstration. There will be opportunities to take questions shortly. So really, really amazing. Really, really amazing too. And please, we have other tools also. If you check your own, you can see that we have some other tools that are coming up. Some other tools that will be uploaded on the platform soon. One tool I want to even talk about, which is the assistance. The assistance. You find out that there are some questions that probably during your personal study. During your personal study, there are some questions that you find a little bit challenging, or some matters that pertain to the intent to study, some matters that that are a little bit controversial or conventional, and you want to get assistance on it. You want to get other people's opinion on this particular question. Can use this assistance to easily get people's perspective and opinions on those questions. So when you click on get assistance, you put your questions. Please confirm you can still see my screen. Please confirm you can still see my screen with your emoji. Just keep the emojis coming if you can see my screen. Okay, thank you very much. For those that can't see the screen, I think it's probably the network. You can toggle it and see if the network would work better. So you put in your question, you have the tag, and then if that from a particular institution, and you want people from that same institution to comment on that particular question, just tag LASU, tag your school, tag the course. You can tag the course. Maybe your school is LASU, tag the LASU. If the course is a math course, tag the course. Math 101, Math 201, whatever the course is, you can tag it. And then you put your question. You insert your question. You have a reference image, maybe from a material or a PDF that you want to add, so people can get more perspective. You can add it, and eventually you put the question, post it. Once you are done posting it, it will have Yeah, so if you appear there, and basically you can view it and comment on it. So as another user, you can easily view it and comment on it. You can view it and comment on it. So you can write in your comments, right? Saying, okay, this is what you can use. To give recommendation on it. And the contribution of various people starts from there. When people begin to contribute, they begin to contribute clarity on the questions that you are asking. It's a wonderful feature that can help you to collaborate with your friends, collaborate with your colleagues. And so you might be asking that all of these wonderful and amazing tools that can help us study better, wonderful and amazing tools that can help us study faster, study smarter, these wonderful tools, how much does it cost? How much does it cost us? How much does it cost us? The question is, it is absolutely free, 100% free. From the sign-up process to using all of our tools, we can use them without limitation. Absolutely free. Because we understand that the study is an hustle. And if there are ways to make it easier amongst ourselves, if there are ways to make it easier for students to learn, if there are ways to make it easier for students to assimilate what they are being taught, we are willing to, take that step. And that's why MyCoursemate is coming into view. It is something that is centric on solving problems of students, problems of even various categories of people that take learning as a priority. It is something that is intentional about solving their problems. So since it's absolutely free, what is stopping you from signing up? Is sign up. You can take your time to just go through the platform at your literal hours. You would find out that their materials, even the materials you've uploaded, we appear them on your dashboard. Just take your time to go through the platform, go through the various tools that we have, go through them and see how they can be a benefit to you. So to say something before I probably open the floor for questions, I would want to say something. Please, if you can still share the links with your friends, please kindly share the links with your friends so they can join the platform. Quickly. Okay. So please, if you can't still see the screen, check your network, please. Check your network if you can't still see the screen. Okay, so before we give room for questions, that we talk about the community feature. And this is the feature that allows you to join groups, personal groups. So you can go ahead and create a community for yourself and your friends. You can join tutorial group community. This is your tutorial group. For instance, we have the Brainiac tutorial group. It is already on board. You can go there and join the community. You can access various materials that the community is posting. So the Brainiac tutorial group is posting materials, posting updates. You can easily access them. You can even interact on the platform. So as a tutorial group, you can share updates, share materials. You can access it on the platform to join the tutorial group of the Brainiacs. So other educational communities can come on board, and you can easily join as a user, and as you are joining as a user, access their material, set everything that they have to offer on this particular platform. Very quickly, I would want to announce something that everybody on this platform stands a chance to be a part of, and selecting 3 people from this particular call. 3 people from this particular call that will be a winner of this little game we want to go into. So MyCoursemate is available on all social media platforms. We are available on LinkedIn, we are available on Instagram, we are on Facebook, we are on TikTok, and we're on X. So we're selecting 3 people for you to do something very quickly. If you can, I want you to go to these various social media platforms that I've mentioned and follow us. Follow us. You will see the post to this particular webinar, especially on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I want you to comment on that post and comment about MyCoursemate. So you can go to these various platforms, give us a follow, like the post concerning this particular webinar, and then give us a comment on all of these platforms. So we are going to be checking the, what's it called now? The names of those that are doing this challenge across all of the platforms. You can comment your name. Comment your name. We want, if we see a uniform name across all of these platforms, see your names across.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Okay, I think the speaker is having okay, he's going to join us back very soon. So we are going to take question from everyone, but pending that time, you can just drop your question in the chat box so that it's going to be easy for us to answer instead of allowing everybody to speak one by one. So if you have any question, you can just drop it there. Okay, and then we have a challenge from Scholar Idris also. So is let me just announce that, but you can check the chat box also. They say the most active participant get a free tutorial service for the second semester. So I think that's an amazing challenge. So this applies to 100 level, 200, 300 level, and 400 level respectively. So yeah, let's communicate on the chat box also.
Okay, so you can drop your questions in the chat box so we can take them one after the other. You can drop your question in the chat box so we can take them one after the other. So just drop your question so we would avoid being around. Thank you so much, Scholar Fimi. Thank you so much. So the challenge is done. You can social media platforms and will begin to give us that follow, begin to give us that like and comment your name there. There you can go to our social media platforms. Okay, the questions can keep coming in. You can type your questions in the chat box. Type your questions in the chat box.
Okay, I think some people, some hands are up. I think we should take question from them. So I don't know, Miracle, if you can consider that.
Okay. Aziz, I can see your hands up. So please, you can speak on your question.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I said, why is it that some students have these challenges? We will have read over our sleepless nights, but still our results do not reflect what we have read for. You
Okay.
get what I mean?
Okay.
Is it that the
I
luck
get
is not
your
by,
question.
yes, is it that the luck is not by our side, or I don't just know. I'm just confused in that aspect.
Okay. Let me speak to that. Let me speak to that.
Very
Like
cool.
I said when I started, it's like this.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You can have the floor. I'll talk after you're done.
Okay. Thank you so much, Scholar Idris. Okay, so give my response, and I would also allow Scholar Idris to also give his response. So, like I said when we started this webinar, that Some of us, even myself, we've been students in the past. In fact, some of us are still students. When we talk about higher level of learning, we are still students. And then these challenges you are, you just mentioned is one thing that we face at some point in our lives in our educational pursuit. So one of the things I can say is that most of the time, like I said when I started, and most of the people that do those study smart, they study harder. And what they care most of the time about is the amount of hours they are putting into the reading. And I've spoken with some scholars in the past. Myself, I'm a living witness. And they tell me that they don't even read up to the amount of hours we think that they read a day. Then they have techniques, they have various techniques, various tools that they use when they read. And when they employ these tools, they achieve more results than other people. And so one of the things my coursemate is doing is to provide these tools to you. Because there's no how you can study say, a PDF, you done your due diligence to peruse and read the PDF. And then after you've read the PDF, you use my coursemate to probably generate multi-choice questions, probably generate flashcards, and you are revising, you need to revise. And as you revise, you begin to find out that okay, this thing I've read this, but it seems as if it has left my brain. You use the int feature, the int show this, and then you are able to, memorize particular thing. And then you find out that when you now begin to read again, that same thing, you become that experience. Okay, you had these things to remind you of these things. So for the time, it's about the techniques that we use to learn, it's about the techniques that we use to study. And that's why my course mate is here to provide you with these tools to enable you to access a seamless reading process. So I would allow Scholar to speak to that. Scholar please, you can proceed to speak to that also.
Yeah, thank you, Miracle. So, sequel to person's question, right? Yeah, I mean, I understand your position. I've been in that position as well. I was in school where you tend to sit for an exam, and when result comes out, it turns to be something different from what you're expecting. So, one thing I need you to take note of is you cannot undermine the power of prayer. Yeah, in anything we do as an individual, either you're a Muslim or you're a Christian or you are a traditional, I mean, you just have to, infuse God in everything you do. When you put God first, then others follow. So now this is it. Let's leave the I mean, God factor is constant. So let us now go back to what you as an individual expected to do, right? In order to have a good result. Now, you need to understand that there's a difference between reading and learning. Most students, they tend to only read and not understand what they are reading. I'll give you a real life scenario. When I was in school, I used to have my roommates, my colleagues, they used to come to my hostel to read with me. And trust me, you will never see me reading for 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours. You will never see me doing that. Now, what I do is I do what we call strategic reading. I do more of brainstorm than reading for a very long time. So what I do is I challenge my guys. I'll be like, okay, this particular topic, let us go and read this topic. I mean, independently for let's say an hour. Then we'll come back together to brainstorm without looking at any. Now, brainstorm means that there are some areas that I might not be able to cover while reading, and they might be able to cover it. But that is a challenge for me to even read and understand because I'll be coming to what to justify what I've read often. So for that purpose, I have to like read to understand. And trust me, anything you can regurgitate, anything you can say without looking at your book, right? I mean, that's not at I mean over 50%, it is part and parcel of you for a short period of time. And you also need to look out for what works for you. Don't say because Scholarity said you should brainstorm, then I don't need to read for hours. We are different. But trust me, we all have to meet at a particular point. And the point is us reading to understand and not reading just for you to pass exam. And if it takes you to read more than once for you to understand something, do it. If you need someone to take you, if you need tutorials, you can attend tutorials. There are a lot of tutorials even in school. And there's one that we offer. Now, look at what works for you, right? Prioritize your learning. Read at the right time. Don't read because others are reading. And when you are reading, be strategic. Don't just read every available materials. Our students, we always let them know that, guys, we've been here before, right? We make sure that any material we are providing for the students, they are tailored to what they need to pass. And this has worked for most of our students. So, you need to look around you, look at things you've been doing that you think that is not right. And it is also possible that obviously probably the lecturer in charge of the course might make an error while populating your results. I'm not saying that cannot happen. It happened even while I was in school. It happened twice to me. And I went to meet the lecturers in charge to lay my complaint. Because I was expecting 5 in a course and I'm getting 3 or 4. I mean, I was so very sure. What I did was just to meet the lecturer. Man, if I'm not the highest in this course, I don't know who else can be the highest in this course. And when they checked the script, it was observed that a whole question, 17.5 marks, was not marked. And that was rectified. I got my 5. So if you are sure of what you wrote in your exam, if your exam is theory, not CBT, because if it's CBT, there might be technical issue. And that is, is out of control. There's nothing they can do to it. But if it's theory, I need to see the marking scheme. I need to see what was marked. Are you clear with me now? So look around you. Look at what works for you. Look at people you read with. Are they people that enhance your learning ability, or people that are also even leaning on you, trying to get from you, and you are not even up to task? So we can have this discussion after the webinar. Probably if you have a visit to our tutorial center, we can discuss this, or you can also come to my DM, right? We can talk at length. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Scholar, for that wonderful answer. Thank you so much. So I want Scholar Senate to speak to that because this place is a garden of scholars. So Scholar Senate too, please can you speak to the question? I think you mentioned you would like to speak. Yeah.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone, once again. So I think Scholar Idris has said it all. But the thing is, what I'm going to say is that it happens. Why I know that there is the prayer factor. You have to pray very well because there is grace. Yeah. And then another thing you have to notice is that the way you prepare. Scholar Idris, I say, okay, you have to read like strategically. It's not just about reading. The way you read for courses are different. The way you prepare for math exam is not the way you read maybe insurance or something. And another thing is that one thing I would say is that we are not different in any way. I would say, okay, why some people might have like, okay, they might think they are smarter than the other persons. I feel like, okay, we have different brain. We can all assimilate, but it depends on the way you are reading, like your pattern of reading. Let me just say it that way. So, and then this is why we've created this platform. Yeah. So, and then this is why you also have mentors. So look at the braining tutorial. Yeah. I know that would be very helpful. So just the matter of the way you read. You might think you have smashed a particular exam. Yeah, while I was in school, I had a course I had to, like, I think GNS, I think 102 or something. And yeah, I get it with a very, very good CGPA, 4.85. Let me just say that. Yeah. So, and then the fact is that I don't think I'm smarter than anyone in my department or anywhere, but it's just the way I prepare for my own exam. And then I think that's even the purpose of even creating this platform in the first place. So I would say the way you read, it matters. You see some people, they read for 2 hours, some people read for 5 hours, and people that read for 2 hours, they will still pass their exam and still make better grade than people that read for 5 hours. So it depends on your approach. That's all what I want to say. So it depends on your approach. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I can see another answer. So let me take some. Some, please, your question.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. So the question I would like to ask is concerning what Scholar just said about how you prepare, how you brainstorm, and some other things like that. So the question I want to ask now is that there are some lecturers in the in the department that when they give you a particular material, they don't want you to. It's not like they want you to understand it, but when they ask a question based on the materials they're giving to you, they want you to give them word for word. So now you as a student that you are reading for a particular topic or that particular material, you will not just want to read word for word. You want to read to digest and understand it so that you can be able to explain that in your own terms. So for somebody like, let me use myself like somebody like me now that have issue with maybe cramming or trying to see it exactly the way it is. Maybe I just want to give it in my own way. Like, how can I go about that? Like, how can I be able to help myself, not just so that I can be able to like be able to define it or explain it the way they have explained it in their own material, but not in my own things. That's my question.
Okay. Who would like to speak? So like this, would you like to speak to the question?
I, I want him to take it again. I got lost at some point.
Sam,
Okay. The question I'm trying to ask is that you said something about some students read to understand and some students learn, something like that. So I understand what you mean by learning. Like you are not just trying to read to pass it, but you want to understand it. And understanding it does not have to be based on what the lecturer is giving to you in the material. It has to be how you can define it differently from what the lecturer have said about it. That will still be the same thing as what is in the material. So the question I'm now trying to ask now is that there are some lecturers in the department. There are some lecturers in the department that if they give you material, they will want you to define it or to explain it exactly the way it is, word for word. You should not remove anything from it, just exactly the way it is in the material. And you that you are not strong in cramming things. You are not like me, for instance, now, not that strong in cramming each sentence word for word for word. Like you just want to read it, digest it, understand it, and be able to define or explain that thing in your own way. So now my question is, how can you now go about those lectures that want word for word? How can you be able to help yourself? Because lectures that want word for word is not the same as what you are trying to say, like trying to read and understand it. That one is just more like trying to read and pass it. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Okay, yeah, Sam, I understand your question clearly. So, this is it. It is not far fetched, right? There's a saying that give Caesar unto Caesar. I mean, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar, basically. Now, for lecturers like that, there is no add and pass through to it. You just have to do what they want. Some lecturers are not evolving. They don't even want to learn. They are more like they are static. What I give you is what I want from you. Garbage in, garbage out. I don't want to be. I don't want you to be evolutionary and innovative. Just give me what I gave you back in the exam. So lecturers like that, you just need to learn how to cram whatever you have in your notes and give back to the lecturer. Because trust me, he doesn't care about how you've read or your mental capability. What he wants and what he has in his own marking scheme was what he gave to you guys in class. For lecturers like that, you just have to. You just have to. For example, now, for my students, yeah, Sam is also a student member. I used to tell them in class that for example, ACC 301 courses taught by Professor Umar, right? I used to tell them that okay, some particular lecturers, you don't need to start getting extra materials from anywhere. These lecturers, what they do is what they give you is what they want you to give them back. So that means what we need to do to teach you is to understand what the lecturer has taught you in his own way, not even in our own way. Though we can later tell you that okay, in practice this is not way it is, or in a ICANN exam this is not how it should be. But for the purpose of last week exam and this particular course, do it this way. So you just have to admit that fact. You only have 4 years to spend, right? And whatever thing you have on your certificate is what gives you edge over others when you graduate. Before you now start being innovative and start saying this is the way you see things. So for now, you just have to follow the lecturer.
Okay, thank you so much for that answer, sir. I can see two more hands. Okay, one more hand raised. Ogubumi Waris, please can you ask question?
Good evening, everyone. I just want to appreciate you. I'm Ogumbo Waris. I want to appreciate you, Miracle, for this exceptional section. Really, we actually learned a lot from you and what this app can do for us. We know it can foster learning and a lot of things. And I've also, on personal level, I've learned a lot on my own. So I want to add to what Scholar Idris said and Scholar Timilen said about you being reading and not yielding or not materializing. Yeah, prayer factor is very, very important, but at the same time, human factor too is important. So I fall victim of this thing before, where I will say I wrote the same thing with this person, then I have B. The person has A. So I believe the first thing about learning is that you take note of your environment. Then aside from can you hear me now, please?
Yes, we can
Can
hear
you
you,
hear me now?
Paris.
Okay. So there will be sometimes I'll be confident that I don't need to go to this class that I didn't know what they want to teach them, or I'll be like, okay, this one is not necessary, but that class is what decides everything. So for example, I'll just give an example, then end it with that. So I was opportune to be in school during the holiday period when the lecturer were marking, I was helping him out. And out of that examination, 6 students got 41 in their exams. Then out of those 6 students, two had A, two had B, and two had C. They all got the same exam score, but they all had different grade. Why? Because of the little things, attendance and test. So students believe, okay, lecturers don't use this attendance, they don't use this test. And he was actually taking note of all attendance and all the tests. There are students that scored, one scored 30 in the C and one scored 29. Then if you add that together, that gives you an A grade. Then some scored 24, some scored 23. That gives them B grade. And then some were just 11, some of those even go to class, it just dash them the mark. So a student like this, when they sit together, they will be like, we sat together, we wrote the same thing. Why is she having A and I'm having C? So sometimes more of these faults are from us because we don't pay attention to the little things and we don't read our environment. So I just feel, aside from the prayer factor too, there is also a human factor that we all need to check ourselves too and be upright with whatever we are doing. So thank you for this platform. Thank you for bringing MyCoursemate to us. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abdul Waris. Thank you so much. Yeah, miracle. So I think I'm getting some feedback that some of us are still yet to understand, the interface of this application, because I think that is the main purpose of this webinar. I really want the students to understand how they can best harness this platform to their own advantage, because I believe that this platform has a lot of advantages, a lot of values for the students. And similarly, I think we discussed that this platform can be used to calculate CGPA. If I'm not wrong, you can simulate your CGPA.
Yes, yes. We removed that recently because
Oh, okay.
we have other students who are also using the platform, and we've not been able to add the algorithm of the other school. The CGPA algorithm is different from other schools too. So
Okay,
that's
that's true.
but as soon as we've been able to add the algorithm or the calculation from other school, we are going to add back.
Okay, so please can you give us like a short recap again, please?
Okay. Basically, okay, Miracle.
Let me do that very quickly. And I think I should mention that eventually this particular session is being recorded and it will be uploaded on this. So people can also go back. So scholarship, please can you join me with the screen back on the dashboard so I can just point the attention of people that are just joining just very, very quickly around the interface again on the key features. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm on the interface currently.
Okay, thank you very much. So really on the interface, when you are on the interface, you can see that you can click on the AI assistant automatically. I mentioned earlier that even if you are using your smartphone, you can access this on your smartphone. Just ignore the fact that you are using a PC. You can access on your smartphone, your PC, device that has an internet connection. You can access it, and you can see the way it looks on your smartphone. This is the way it's going to look on your smartphone. So once you click on the AI assistant, you can see it there. You can see AI generate questions. You can upload your questions, your PDF material. And you're not just limited to PDF. You can upload documents, Word documents, upload it there. And then once you are done with the upload, the title of the course, then you now proceed to select the amount of questions that you want it to generate. Now you can proceed to generate multi-choice questions, and you can also proceed to generate flashcards. Let's start with the multi-choice questions. So once you click on the generate questions, AI will see. It does not take time at all. It's extremely fast. But I can see answer, or probably after this recap, you would give your question. So you select the amount of minutes you want to use to attempt the question. And once you selected the duration of the question, you can enable supervision or disable supervision. And I've said that supervision basically is for you to supervise, just as if you are in a normal examination hall. So if you are picking, you are doing longer talks, you are sitting, you will find out that it picks it and then it tells you to focus on the exam. So you can see that you have the interface of the question. Once you are done answering the question, you can click on next. And then once you are done answering all of the questions, you can click on submit. Once you get to the end of the question, you find out that you have the submit button. You have the submit button at the end of the question. So you can see the submit button. Once you submit, automatically it brings out your results. You can see that out of 50 questions, response 0 because we didn't really do much. And once you upload the PDF, once you've done that, you can check the questions that you got correctly and the ones you got wrong. You can see those questions, you can see those options. You can check the ones you got correctly and the ones you got wrong by doing the test analysis. And I'd also mentioned that similarly, you can generate flashcards. So
Sorry,
it's still the same process. Okay.
Yeah, let me
Yes,
add.
sir.
Yeah, because I know that
Okay.
in last week, some of us don't like writing notes, just like me. So in case you don't have PDF and you don't like writing notes, as I mentioned earlier, so you can just snap your colleagues' notes. You can just snap their notes, even if it is 20 pages or something. You can just upload it here. You can just snap the notes on your phone, just upload it. It's going to generate question for you. And apart from that, this is the answer that I selected. The AI will also give you the correct answer based on the question generated on the PDF for you. So this is the correct answer, but I selected this. That means I got the question wrong. So because we know that this is not just to take an exam, it's just also to learn. So imagine if it's a mathematics PDF, probably Maths 101 or something. So after even telling you, okay, this is the correct answer, it will tell you why this answer is the correct one. So it's going to, give you an explanation. You can just click show explanation. It's going to tell you, okay, why this one is the correct answer. So you can check, like, even if you don't want to do the exam, you just want to, read all these things. Some, just like me, I don't really like doing exam. I'll just come here, just read it. So just view explanation. Okay, why is this the correct answer? If it's mathematics exam, it's going to give you like step by step calculation on how it derived the answer. I mean the AI. So yeah, I wanted to add that, and then the note part too. So if you don't have your PDF, you can just snap your colleague's note and just upload it here. Thank you very much for that. Miracle, you can proceed.
Yeah, sorry, Timley. So I think that there's another option there where you can summarize a note.
Yes, yeah, there's an option, but that is coming up, like is a feature that is still coming soon. So we've not deployed that yet. So I think before this month end, so we will have that available. But for now, you can't use that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Miracle, you have the floor.
Okay, so thank you so much for that contribution. I think with that, people are clear. So, similarly, if you want to generate flashcards, you upload your materials, you upload it, and then you select the amount of flashcards you want to generate. Then you click on flashcards, then you click on generate questions. So automatically, AI will think for a little bit. It does not take time like I have said before. Then once the AI is done thinking, it prepares your flashcards, and in your interface, you have flashcards. So it works fast like magic, extremely fast like magic. You can see on the interface that you have your flashcards now. And I have mentioned that on this flashcards, on the first page, you have a question. And once you read the question, you can check for the hint. That's the hint icon. It gives you a hint. It gives you a hint and can prompt the answer to the question. And then you can also click on the audio, the speaker icon for it to read out the questions for you. Then once you are done thinking about the answer, you have the answer in your mind, you can click on the flip to see answer. And once you flip it, automatically you turn the flashcards to the back, and then you see the answer. You see the answer. And you can also check the reference. What page in the material? Where exactly in the material does this come from? Can you see the source reference? That is where it's coming from. So really, you can use this to play games with your friends. Once that question has been answered, you can click on the next one. So this is just, I've seen a question in the chat. I've seen the question in the chat. Somebody had asked that, why is it that when a student read, why would a student read and still forget what he or she has read? Also, does a slow learner assimilate faster and be well prepared for the exam? Beyond understanding yourself, there's something we call active recall. Active recall is simply when you see, it's a way of revision, when you begin to revise those things you've learned. And most of the time, you can develop strategies. You can develop strategies by using mnemonics, doing all of this is just for active recall. This flashcards to work on different process, especially when you are revising with friends, when you are revising, even when you are revising alone. So once you see those things, it clicks. Something clicks in your head. This is the answer. This is the answer. So it will really, really help you in revising. So you can click the next page and it takes you across all of the flashcards based on the amount of numbers you have told it to generate. So basically, I'd also mentioned about the assistance feature. The assistance feature that you can use to get assistance on difficult assignments. You want to get the opinion of people. You want to get the opinion of people on a particular question. You can go to the assistance panel, upload your question. When you click on get assistance, you can upload when you want to get the idea of people on. And this particular feature, it is not AI that is solving it. It is people that are giving their feedback, they are commenting, giving you their feedback that this is it, this is it. So you can add your tag. Let's assume it's a question that is difficult, that was given to last week students on a particular course. If you add your tag last week, add your tag, the name of the course. When people come online, they can see it and they can give contributions to it. So you can use it basically to get the ideas of people on a particular subject matter. And you need to get the ideas of people on a particular subject matter, get what people think about it. You can upload an image, a reference image, and ask your question, describe your question. And then once you post it, it goes live. Other people can go there and comment. So we also have the community feature. You can join communities, and then you have access to their materials and their tools that they upload. So once they upload material, for instance, our host, the D-Brainacs tutorial book, is already on the community platform, and then you can join the community materials, the announcement, you can see it there. We have about, we have where you can place an announcement, you can check it there. We have uploaded on the platform. You can check for tests. Probably there's a test that the Brainiacs has also uploaded, and they want you to try out. You can also interact with your friends, comment and do all of those things. It's wonderful for collaboration, it's wonderful for study, and like I said earlier, it is absolutely free, 100% free. There is no hidden charges anywhere. Easily sign up, and then you can begin to enjoy the various tools that we have. And when you go back to your, what's it called now? Your interface. If you go back to your interface, you will see on your interface that we have some more upcoming tools. Some more upcoming tools. That means we are not settled yet. We are not giving up yet. We are working on more tools and enable students to learn faster, not can enable students to study smarter, not that can enable students to boost their CGPA, not that can enable students to do better in their academics. So the earlier you sign up, the earlier you stand a chance to benefit from this platform. And then you can do to invite your friends, tell people about MyCoursemate, tell them about the platform, because you can easily collaborate with your friends on the platform. You can easily collaborate with your study mates on the platform. So tell as much people as you can on the platform. So we still have about 2 questions. Yeah, we have a question in send to one of the questions. We still have a question by Baraka Sadeni. I'm going to read it out and see if somebody would like to give response to that also. So it's Baraka said, I noticed that if I read a particular course months before the exam, I tend to forget almost all I have read during the exam. But if I study just 2 weeks before the exam or 3 days before the exam, I usually can hardly forget anything even after the exam. You could be the reason, sir. I mean, if I start reading months before the exam, I don't know if you have takers for this question. Do you have anybody that wants to give a contribution? Okay, Scholar, this is unmuted.
Yeah, well, yeah. Let me undo the question, Miracle. Yeah. So,
Thank you.
the question asked by Baraka and Niniola, they are more like the same thing. So, I mean, the first thing I need to say is you just have to you need to know yourself, right? Yeah. Nini said, okay, if you are a slow learner, good. You know you are a slow learner, right? Now, all you need to do is, what do I do? What are the mechanisms that I need to put in place for me to be able to learn, understand whatever thing I'm reading? Now, there's what we call regurgitation. There's something I do whenever I read. What I do is, when I'm reading, I try to get a jotting note. So any page I have read, I'll regurgitate whatever thing I've read on another sheet. It might not be word for word, right? It might be a summary of what I've read, but I just need to put down what I've read in another paper, like a jotting note, so that by the time I am preparing for the main exam, I will not have to go back to the notes to read up again. I'll just pick up the jotting material and read through. The jotting material will what? We spike up, what I read that relates to that particular thing. I mean, it brings back the whole memory to you. Another thing again that you can do is, before you go to bed, before you go to sleep, just read. Have a stretch reading. Probably you read for, let's say, like 1 hour or 2 hours. Now, by the time you are going to bed, now the moment you are awake, do not stand up, do not move any of your body, don't do anything at all. Now, before you open your eyes, just try to have a regurgitate whatever thing you read before you went to bed. Whatever thing you read before then, just try to record them without opening your eyes, without opening any, without even moving your body, just as if you were still sleeping, but you are awake, but partially awake. Any of those stuff that you can recall often, right? Trust me, it has become part and parcel of you for a a reasonable period of time. And you can also, employ brainstorming in your reading. For a student, and that means you need to read something more than two times. And that's why I used to tell my students, your holidays, fine, it is for reading, but for resting. But please, always try to at least just have an overview of what the semester looks like by checking through your course outlines. Go online, download materials and all. Just see, okay, what should I be expecting next semester. Now with that will prepare your mindset already. So by the time you resume for lecture the semester, you already know, okay, okay, this is the storm ahead. You know how to weather the storm already because you've seen the possible area your lecturers might be coming from and the likes. So first thing, you need to know yourself, devise a plan that better works for you. Start reading even before exam timetable comes out. Then form a reading group if there's a need to do that. Brainstorm, regurgitate, write in a jotting note so that you can always go back to read your jotting materials. Yeah. Okay, you usually do that. Yeah, I mean it is not enough. You can't read a month to your exam and you stop reading. No. That's why they tell you that learning is a continuous process. You keep learning, you keep reading until you see the outputs. So you don't stop. Don't say because you read a month to your exam, then you don't have to read again. Okay. Another thing that I think can work for you is teach. Now that's what I do when I was in school. I hardly spend time reading myself. What I do is that I just have the knowledge of something, then I go out to teach my colleagues. Because the more I'm able to teach them without looking at any materials, teaching offhand. I mean, if there's any part that I do not understand, I will see from my teaching. That's why you see me stammering and I won't be able to get my feet together. That means I need to go back to that particular area to learn more. So teach your friends, gather them. They might think that you are doing like to know, or I mean, maybe you are helping them. Not only that you are helping yourself. Yeah, you can call them to school, host them for a lunch in school, just to teach them. What you want to do is that you want to see if whatever thing you've learned, you can recall them. So I think that's
Okay. Um, Thanks so much for that, Scholar Idris. So, Miracle, are you there? Okay.
Okay,
I think
sorry, I was muted. Sorry.
okay,
Muted.
that's fine. So before that, I think Joshua wants to say something. Joshua, you can unmute your mic.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry, that was a mistake. That was a mistake.
Okay. Yeah, Miracle, you can continue.
Okay, thank you so much for that wonderful answer. Thank you so much, sir. And I my end, we are coming to the end of this webinar on our end. But before we will go, I would like to ask my teammates if there's anyone that has anything to say. Okay, I can see Abiba's hand up. Abiba, your hand is up. Please, can you speak if it's a question so we can take it quickly before we call it a wrap?
Yes. Good evening. Good evening, Scholar Andrews. Thank you for this section. I want to ask the question is there a probability for one who is in first 4 points probably end up with first class? Is there a probability for that? And he or she is in a 200 level.
Special please, are you there? I think this question is directed to you.
sorry. Can you recap? I was locked out. I just came back.
Okay.
Okay. Good evening, Scholar Andrews. Thank you for this section. my question was that someone on 4 point, like 4.15, is there a probability the person can end up with the first class through when the person actually did consistent, or he or she has tried to be on a first class in a 200 level first semester due to issue of a course but wasn't on it?
Okay, thank you, Abibat. So, I mean, this is a very simple task. Trust me. I've seen students that never had a first class CGPA from their 100 level to 400 level first semester, and they got a first class CGPA by 400 level second semester. But it's a mindset. Now, understand that it might be difficult attaining the 4.5, threshold at some point due to some factors. Yes, but when you have the can-do spirit, not giving up, you just keep trying. Just keep trying. So the more you keep trying, right? There's a saying that when you shoot for the moon, you fall among the stars. Now, when you keep trying, all those cumulative efforts, GPs that you've been having, 4 points, if not close to 4.5, at some point, cumulatively, will push you to that place you want to be. Now, in as much you are on 4 points CGPA, you can always get a 4.5 CGPA and above. You can only graduate with that. Trust me. That is easy. In fact, even if you have a 3.5 CGPA, right, with the right mindset and determination, you can definitely graduate with the first class. You just need to put a lot into it. I hope I'm clear.
Yes, thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Scholaris. Thank you so much for that response. Thank you everyone for joining. Scholar Timmy, I would want to confirm if anyone from our side still has anything to contribute, or if there's any contribution before I proceed to the last thing, which is to announce those people that won that our short challenge. Scholar Timmy, is there any contribution, or can I proceed?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think thank you so much everyone for joining. So the only thing I would just want to say is that the recording of the meeting of the webinar will be available on our YouTube channel. So and will be sent to the platform or will be shared across different platforms. And then if you encounter any issue or you face any challenge while using the platform, you can just reach out to our customer support, our support system. So you can see on the contact us page. So we'll be happy to help. So thank you very much. So Miracle, I don't know if anyone still want to say something. So if not,
I
we can
can
just
see as his hand is up. As his
okay.
hand is up. So as is please very quickly, can you speak so we can.
Yes, good evening. I have some things to just say concerning what you have said before. I said, like, what about another student that started with 4.04? Can the person still graduate with first class according to the question she has asked before?
It's extremely possible. Spaghetti has mentioned that, and I want to reiterate it. It's extremely possible. There are several people that I personally have knowledge of that did not start with the first class. I personally, my first semester in LASU, because I graduated from LASU also, I didn't start with the first class. I only did first class later on in subsequent semesters. So it's not it's not compulsory, it's not mandatory for you to start with the first class. Just make sure that you are consistent with your study, open to improve to achieve that result you want to achieve. Thank you. I think that answers the question. So let me proceed to announcing those people that are the one are challenged, those people that responded happily. So I have three names here, and I want them to drop their WhatsApp contacts in the chat so I can save it and then reach out to them personally. So the first winner, the first name I have here is Eniola Ola. The second name I have is Ogubemi Waris. And the third name I have is Mercy Okolo. Mercy Okolo. So those are the three names. Mary Okolo, rather. Those are the three names I'm selecting. So very quickly, drop your phone number in the chat box so we can, reach out to you.
And
Congratulations once again.
Scholar
for
Idris said something that the most active participant will get a free
Yes, Scholar
challenge.
Tilly. Yes. Scholar Idris, yes. The Scholar Idris, I think I would tell the batting changes to speak. So somebody has posted on what's it called, on the chat box that we can't find my Coursemate on Play Store. My Coursemate be found on Play Store. I'm happy to announce to you that my Coursemate is coming soon on Play Store, very, very soon on Play Store. But for now, we have the web version available for you to use. So stay tuned. It's coming on my Play Store pretty soon. But for now, we have the web version available for you. So immediately after this particular webinar, it will be uploaded on our YouTube page. So you can watch our YouTube page. Watch it on our YouTube account. So please check, do how to subscribe to the YouTube account. For those of us that one, I've only seen one number. Please do well to drop your phone numbers so we can reach out to you. Thank you very much. And I think at this point, I would want to pass the baton back to our host, Scholar Idris. Before that, I want to say a very big thank you. Thank you so much for hosting us. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, sir. Over and out.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miracle. The pleasure is ours. We appreciate the fact that you come up with a solution to an impending problem. No
Idris, please,
student.
can you hear me, please?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, so sorry. I want to make an important announcement that I think I should have made if I missed it out. So sorry to cut you. Please, I would like to mention that during the verification process, where a link is being sent to your email account, your Gmail account, please, if you can't find the link in your inbox, do well to check your spam because most times then it might be redirected to your spam folder on your mail. So do well to check your spam for the verification. I think that is very, very important in case you are trying to recover your password, you are trying to sign up. So do well to check your spam folder. Thank you very much. So sorry, over to you back for Idris.
Yeah. Thank you, Miracle. So, like I've said, we appreciate you and your team for this fantabulous platform and initiative. And I want to hope and believe that the student will make judicious use of this platform. I mean, it's a work in progress, right? So the more we use them, the more we get acquainted with the interface and be able to explore other, benefits the application has for the student. Yeah. For the for those who won um the gift, right? So I think you mentioned Abdul Waris and two other persons. So Waris is currently a member of the tutorial. So I want Waris to give out his own slot to any 100 level student. So for the other two students, what level are they? Please, they should signify. Please, if you are among the beneficiaries, please put up your level here. Let me see. Okay, I think they've left the meeting. So, Miracle, in case they get back to you, like I've said, I want to give the scholarship to an 100 level student, a 200 level student, a 300 level student, and a 400 level student, making 4 beneficiaries. So, Waris is a 400 level student, is practically the departmental president of accounting. So, automatically is eligible for our tutorial platform service rather. So, please, you can select 4 beneficiaries to the scholarship. Okay, Akinwinde Adebayo. Okay, yeah. So you've been granted a scholarship to attend our tutorial session for next semester for free. Please reach out to me. My number is attached to the BC that was sent out. Reach out to me so that you'll be added to the group. Tutorial is supposed to commence next week, Saturday. And for other students who wish to become our student member, you can always reach out to the numbers on the BCs to ask for modalities and necessary details to join the tutorial. To give a snippet, our tutorial runs through the weekdays and the weekends. The tutorial fee for 100 level students is 10,000 naira for the semester. For 100 level students, is 10K for the semester. Tutorial fee for the 200 level students is 15,000 naira for the semester. Tutorial fee for the 300 level students is 15,000 naira for the semester. And tutorial fee for the 4 level students is 20,000 naira for the semester. We have a scholarship available for our students. Any students who have achieved a 4.5 GP in a semester is entitled to a 25% or 50% scholarship of the tutorial fee, subject to certain conditions and reviews. So if you need our service, please reach out to my number or the other number on the BC for further details. Thank you so much. Sam Comedy Series, are you among the beneficiaries?
No, sir. No, sir. I'm not among the beneficiary, but I don't know if the beneficiary and 300 level. So that's why I say I should just
Hello,
say
sir.
I'm available.
Yeah, hello?
I said I am in 100 level, but I'm not among the beneficiaries. You said Ogubumi Wari to choose some. I don't get it.
Yes, to give out the slot. Hello?
Hello, I've had you, sir.
So is Waris giving you a slot?
He has not said anything, so we are expecting him to do something.
Okay, no problem. You reach out to me. Sekinot Agorege, you said you want to be a member, so please reach out to me on WhatsApp via my number. And Akinwinde Adebayo, please reach out to me. My number is on the BC that was sent to you guys. Please reach out to me so that I can add you to the group. Thank you so much, everyone. It's a pleasure having you all around. Please do have a good day. Thank you.
For YouTube channel where this particular video will be uploaded. I should mention that you need to check on YouTube tomorrow. You can just search MyCoursemate webinar. MyCoursemate webinar, you will see it pop up on YouTube. That will be what the video will be saved with. MyCoursemate webinar, you see it pop up on YouTube. So thank you very much and God bless you. I wish everybody a 5.0, 5.0, 5.0, 5.0 to be a 5.0.